Beretta, an Italian company born of the dream and capability of a Renaissance craftsman. Passed down through 15 generations, it is the oldest privately owned business in the world, tracing its roots to the year 1526. Almost 500 years of business has given this titan of the firearms industry unparalleled experience and knowledge, allowing it to develop superior technology in the field of precision mechanics, including its greatest success story, the adoption of its 92 series of pistols by the Armed Forces of the United States. The inner workings of Beretta has for centuries been a closely guarded secret, until now. This is the story of Beretta Defense Technologies, a strategic alliance of 4 companies owned by Beretta. Benelli, unmatched in the field of semi-automatic shotguns. Steiner, world leaders in precision binoculars, scopes, and electro-optics. And Sacco, precision rifle and ammunition masters.
Together, what we do is we market our products to the professional users, the military and law enforcement of the world.
Their mission, create a completely new and integrated weapon system, the likes of which have never been seen before.
The exciting thing about BDT, and also the difficult part, is the possibility to create systems that do not exist.
Quality is always number one.
In our business, it's a matter of ethics because life depends on the quality of the product.
BDT tries to help the good guy.
Working under tight deadlines and against the clock, see how this world-class organization rolls up their sleeves and gets in the trenches to achieve the impossible.
Morning, gentlemen.
Hey, good morning.
Thank you for being here. We have an exciting thing to do. I'm just going to tell you what it is. My name is Xavier Gavage. I'm Director of Military Platform Development at Beretta, Italy. We got a requirement from BDT. The customer is currently requiring an improved accuracy on 7.62 rifles. This customer specified the environment that the combat rifle has to engage in Afghanistan, meaning distances up to 800 meters. What we've been thinking is to work on the ammunition, which is going to be the job of Sacco, worked on the rifle, which is going to be our part into the team, and Steiner will work on an improved optic in order to achieve a reduction of the group size. What you see here is almost 3 times the size of the group that we have to meet at the end of the project. My first concern was to combine the extreme level of accuracy required by the customer and a semi-automatic rifle.
With only 6 months to complete the project, the Beretta team will need to start immediately in order to deliver on time.
Beretta started in 1526. We find the documents in the Venice archive that is a contract in between Bartolomeo Beretta, that is our ancestor, and the Arsenal of Venice. In fact, for the first 2 centuries of the company, my ancestors were producing barrels. The only institution that was able to make a full firearms was an arsenal. It's very important to understand that the relationship between Beretta and the armed forces, and so the arsenal, has always been very tight. 100 years ago, Beretta entered in the very important segment of semi-automatic pistol.
1
When Beretta won the 9mm M9 pistol contract from the U.S. Armed Forces in 1985, that was a big global story. The idea that a so-called Italian company could get the standard sidearm contract for the U.S. Armed Forces was amazing. To me, actually, it wasn't that surprising. We felt confident that that pistol was the best in the world.
My name is Raimo Karjalainen. I'm general manager of the SACO. SACO has almost 100-year history, and it started in Helsinki in 1921. Quality is always number one, and the main thing is satisfied customers. For example, this last version of our TRG concept is developed together with the customers.
World-renowned for their rifle manufacturing, SACO's flagship weapon is the TRG M10 sniper rifle. The M10 is a state-of-the-art bolt-action weapon system featuring a multi-caliber capability. Its modular design allows the operator to change configuration, barrel, or caliber without the use of special tools or equipment.
Rifle and ammunition like partners, and they need to be working together, then we can offer a very good solution for the customer.
So, dear friends, we received a request from Beretta to design a new cartridge. I'm Esa Salmin and I'm Director of Defense and Law Enforcement Business Unit at SACO. Timetable is really tight. We have only 2 months time. Samsa Olkinuora represents research and development team. He's our specialist in the ammunitions.
And what do you think as a designer, how long to design a new 175 grain open tip match bullet?
It will take 1 week for the design of the bullet itself. My name is Risto Saloranta, and my main job is to design cartridges. We must get it right at the first time to get it in that time frame. Designing cartridge is quite a complicated job.
Short deadline, it's a challenge, of course, but I trust my specialists so we can manage.
My name is Jörg Prediger. I'm the General Manager of Steiner Optics here in Germany. Our part in BDT is to bring in optics on the highest quality level to support the firearm solutions in the group. Steiner was founded in 1947 by optics pioneer Carl Steiner. He set up this company basically as a garage shop and grew it within a few years to more than 50 employees. Today, more than 80 countries use our products in military and law enforcement. BDT has been approached by a customer who seeks a new assault rifle sight that integrates laser range finding ability with a ballistic compensation program, so we can increase first hit probability, we can improve time of engagement, and in that way make the average soldier more effective on the battlefield.
Please consider that this optic is designed for a real battlefield operation. So how small and rugged are we able to build it?
My name is Michael Rost. I'm the Director of Military and Law Enforcement Division at Steiner, Germany.
I think this is the biggest challenge, to create a mechanical design, optical design that is rugged enough to withstand 500 Gs for many, many thousand rounds and still have the exactly correct laser alignment. Because if this fails, the product fails.
My name is Matthias Hoffmann and I'm Director of R&D for Steiner, Germany.
Perhaps we can take a technology which is already in our group. You have your normal crosshair. Then you push the button for the laser rangefinder, and depending on the distance and the bullet for sure, a light will come, and this light guides you.
The dot is the point of impact.
Why not use this as a base and bring it to our military standard?
Is it rugged enough to stay the hardest weather condition, the recoil?
We don't know. We don't have the mechanical solution right now, any solution, so we have to find out and do some testing.
Beretta already owns proprietary designs and hardware for ballistic calculation. This could be a huge time saver for the Steiner team.
Steiner is a comprehensive brand in optics that integrates aiming devices, rifle scopes, but also laser aiming devices.
I'm Mark DiOrio, and I'm the general manager for Steiner E-Optics. Steiner E-Optics is part of Beretta Defense Technologies. We integrate conventional optics, lenses, along with electronics, such as lasers. We're trying to create improved abilities for people to aim their weapons.
The products that we build are battle-proven. We have the distinct privilege or advantage of having products that have been used in the battlefield on a daily basis that are being used today.
For us, it's most important to give our people, our soldiers, our law enforcement officers advantage over the enemies, and I would even say an unfair advantage, because we want to protect our people.
All of our products are made at this location in Monterey, California. We don't outsource, we don't buy offshore. We make our products right here in the USA.
Meanwhile, at Beretta, work is underway on the new combat rifle, dubbed the ARX-200.
My name is Marco Bassoli. I'm R&D Director for Firearms in Beretta. We strongly believe that in order to have a reliable product, a good design has to be followed by a good process. To get this, we have to apply a design that has to be checked with testing. The first phase is the virtual testing. We mean to test the gun using computers, simulating what's happening to the gun when the shooter pulls the trigger. And the virtual model provides us a lot of information that we cannot see, we cannot measure on the real one. So we build demonstrator to check the reality of the virtual prototype. And if the two forces, the stresses, the movement, the dynamics is the same, then we can believe in the virtual model. Then we can play with this prototype. We can change a dimension, we can change some materials. The virtual prototyping activities is a question of well-trained people with a lot of knowledge in order to get information in which you can believe.
My name is Lucio Porreca. I am in charge of sales and marketing for commercial, military, and law enforcement sector. We are an Italian company based in Italy. We have only one plant, and so 100% of our production comes from this factory. We are the leader in semi-automatic sector, #1 in all 5 continents, because we are the most advanced and technological innovator in this sector. We received a call from BDT asking us to help fulfill a military client demand.
My name is Gabriel DePlano. I'm the Vice President of BDT Marketing and Operations. One other requirement that the customer is investigating is the possibility of adding a small shotgun module under the barrel of the assault rifle. What that would do is would give that extra capability of being able to use either breaching rounds or less than lethal rounds with the primary rifle.
What can we do to add an under-barrel shotgun to this new weapon system? We start to think how to fulfill this demand.
An under-barrel shotgun needs to be very short, very compact, and is usually used in a pump-action configuration. I'm Marco Vignaroli. I'm in charge of technical and central direction.
Using an individual shotgun to open a door is good if you're a two-man team. If you're alone, you're the perfect target. The door starts swinging open and you're in the middle of a transition drill. And when you open the door, you're standing in the light and you want to engage as quick as possible. If you're a very small team and everybody has his own things to do in a house, or I clear a house myself, I don't have the time to put the shotgun away and then go into the room.
The dual mode system we offer with the M3 is the best solution we can propose. My name is Mauro Della Costanza, Sales Manager for Defense and Law Enforcement Division. Nobody else in the world can offer this kind of system.
M3 is a dual mode, semi-auto and pump shotgun.
With this project, we must shrink the gun.
As Benelli refines their plan, the other companies of BDT face their own sets of challenges. Under pressure and with deadlines looming, see if this group can rise to the occasion to create one of the most integrated small arms platforms ever conceived.
Here's the new 136 OTM bullet.
Yeah, nice.
Cartridge length is very close to the maximum. Cartridge cases are defined by the CIP, which regulates the dimensions quite accurately. Bolt tail has a 90-degree angle. It's a fine combination of the components that will be watertight. This being a military product, one important feature is to make it last the circumstances where it is used. That means it can be stored or transported in a very humid environment. It can be dropped in the water or something like that. This design is very close to the requirement, so I think that this is the design that I'm going to show in our next meeting.
Matthias, please have a look. I think I've found a solution for the problem with the ICS.
Yes, sure. Annette in our team, she is the expert for all optical designs. Oh, great, great.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time the last days and weeks worrying about that.
I took out the prisms and replaced it by different lenses.
Okay.
We would be able to reduce the weight.
She discovered that instead of regular prism erecting system, we had to use normal lens erecting system in order to reduce the weight. So the difference is that prisms have to be quite huge in size in order to create a large field of view.
And the lenses are still producible. So when we go to the shaded model, have a look here. And we can do it. The only tricky point is this lens here in this radius. See? Have a look on the image quality. Much better than before.
Looks quite complicated, yes.
But it's...
But okay.
That's the only one.
So overall, the optical system looked very good, but one of the issues was that we had to use one special type of glass lens, which is very hard to coat. You have to separate the infrared light that comes back from your target to the laser receiver. So you have to create a very unique coating that has many, many different layers, in this case up to 70, in order to achieve this. So more or less it's only the one lens that is hard to produce or could be expensive, but the rest of the system is more or less very cost efficient and easy to manufacture. Okay, very good. I was very happy that we found a solution, but I was still concerned about the ruggedness and the overall weight, including the housing and the mount. So, Annette, you should not be later than 6 weeks for this prototype because we have to show that the system works. Otherwise, we are more or less out.
It's a late night at Sacco for Risto as he works to stay ahead of schedule on bullet design.
We got the first prototypes made of the bullet. Hi, Marco. Hello. Here's the first prototype of the bullet. Let's have a full measurement of it. Okay.
As you see, we have a little problem in the radius.
Oh yeah, it's on the right.
It's a little too wide.
Yeah. There was a slight deviation in the shape of the bullet. Yeah, it's that one. 57.3.
2.8.
Yeah. Absolutely, we have to do something. Okay, I will discuss with the tooling guys what to do with it. Okay. We are going to make a small change in the tooling to fix that deviation and get it exactly the shape we want it. Thanks.
This is not the news Risto had hoped for and threatens to put the entire project behind schedule. At Beretta, the first series of ARX 200 prototypes are under construction.
Hello.
Sometimes when the first prototype is produced, some specs can be out. For example, a dimension is not the expected one and the drawing tolerance is not respected.
I need to verify this dimension.
This is one of the first challenges of our activity. to guarantee that safety, reliability, and good functionality is achievable.
We have engineers that come from different countries, therefore different cultures, which is extremely interesting because this combination and this melting pot, I would say, generates something unique. So we are able to put all these different competencies together in a very effective way. Because one thing is to run a test, the other thing is to understand every single detail that is happening during the testing.
We have moved to investigate by means of tomography. All around the world, we are the only firearm company with an instrument of this type. Very sophisticated, but very powerful because it is able to give important information on structural properties of components. In case of ARX200, polymer is very important because a lot of components are made of technical polymer. We can perform a very precise dimensional control without destroying components. We can look not only the external surface, but also the internal one, virtually cutting our components and looking inside. We can see directly where there is a positive deviation or a negative deviation.
BDT has been approached by a military customer looking for a next-generation rifle. What they want to do is increase the hit probability of that soldier while decreasing his time of engagement.
The difficulty in acquiring a first-round hit is that the conditions on a range doesn't have any of the other atmospherics that you're going to experience in combat. You may be tired, hungry, scared, all those conditions factor in, and if we can improve that probability through technology, now you've given an advantage to be able to make that first round hit.
It's been a long process, but we finally have the first version of the ICS, the innovative combat sight.
The ICS is also combined with the MRS, the micro reflex sight that is put on top. It's a reflex sight that enables you to deliver a quick shot on a distance of 80 to 100 yards.
Rapid prototyping is the technology we use in order to accelerate the development process. You can use it for design prototypes just to see how the product will look, but it's also very important to use for doing some handling tests. Is it possible to push the button or not? Does it fit perfectly to the assault rifle?
The new prototype of the ICS is finished, and now I will bring it to Andreas to test.
As soon as we have the result that everything is okay, we can proceed.
With the deadline for Sacco's bullet design right around the corner, all the elements of design and manufacturing must come together precisely in order to meet the accuracy requirements.
How was the last test?
Test was okay, and we are getting closer and closer all the time. And I hope today will be the final test day.
Me too.
Today's fields where we operate is not only urban, it's also rural. And rural means, in these environments, especially longer ranges. Ranges above 400 yards. 400 yards on a 5.56 can be done, but it's difficult.
.556 caliber that's currently in use, and has been traditionally in use for many years now, is a caliber that does not extend out to typically beyond 500 or 600 yards. What we see in today's combat environment, though, is a need to reach out further than that. And we want our soldiers to be able to reach further than the enemy can reach. The 7.62x51 caliber allows us to easily reach 800 yards and give that extra capability.
Ready?
I would submit that the folks that I've listened to and spoken to want a 7.62 round. It's all about lethality.
Seems to be okay with the suppressed rifle also.
Very good.
So if you can solve the accuracy issue and give an advantage with accuracy, now what you want to have is the ability to be able to get the kill.
Yes, there is the up and down of the capacity of the magazines. I'm going 30 to 20 rounds in the 7.62 by 51, but I have a much higher effectiveness, especially on longer ranges.
Testing goes late into the evening, and SAMHSA fires many rounds of the new bullet through both hot and cold barrels to ensure the most precise measurement of accuracy. The only testing left for the new round is with the ARX 200, which will be done at the Beretta facilities.
I think we have a winner here.
Very well done. Very nice shooting, SAMHSA.
Thank you. I think the PDT clients will be happy with this. It's the best round available at the moment.
At Benelli, Marco and his design team begin the feasibility assessment of the underbarrel shotgun module.
So this will be a perfect door-breaching shotgun. The feasibility of this concept is still to be completed, but we found the M3 dual-mode semi-auto and pump shotgun as the best to fulfill this request.
Most of the non-lethal door knockers do have the issue that they do not work on semi-automatic shotguns, so you really need the manual shotgun.
If you remove all components,
I think it's a very good idea to start developing something like it.
Now we can remove the grip. The first action will be to shorten the barrel and maybe shorten the magazine tube. Shorter, 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 okay, good. To reduce even the stroke of the pump action.
I open the door with the support of the underbarrel shotgun and then clear the room with my 5.56 or 7.62 by 51 rifle.
And the new spring will be needed to give the maximum reliability to the product while shooting in semi-auto version. So we'll take maximum attention to the dynamics of the gun. So we have now a very compact, neat underbarrel shotgun. In this way, we get the target to have a very portable, light and compact gun. Then we find a way to attach to the assault rifle. And it can be upgraded to a real shotgun in a different situation, just adding the grip, the stock, and different barrels. Okay, so this is a very good configuration. So we have 2 weeks to complete the preliminary design analysis, so we can move on in calculation, simulation, and CAD design drawing.
In Germany, Michael and consultant Roland Schwimmer go to the range to test the new ICS prototype.
The Beretta RX 200 is still in development process, so we will make all the tests today with the RX 160.
Beretta's ARX 160 is an assault rifle chambered in 5.56. It is currently in service with militaries around the globe.
The ICS is actually a very flexible and versatile product because you can program it to any caliber you want.
So the ICS is designed to engage targets on different distances and under very short time. So we made a stress test.
Let's go to 100, then to 300, and then to 500.
Let's see how it works.
100, go. 500. Nice hit. 300. Very good. Back to 500. Very good. 100. Okay, go. Take another one. Very nice hit. Back to 300. Nice hit. 100. 300. 500. Stay on 500. Very nice.
In a split second, the ICS will range from the range to the target, determine the ballistic solution, and will show you a red dot in the reticle that actually represents your point of impact.
Okay, let's go up to 100. 500. Nice hit. 300. Very good. 100. Take another one. Go. 500. Take another one. Very nice. Very good hit.
With the successful testing of the new bullet completed, a limited run of SACO's new 7.62 ammunition goes into production to be tested with the ARX 200.
The ICS is a great product, but the best optics in the world don't work with a precise firearm and even more precise ammunition. So integrating SACO into our team was of great help because it is a product that absolutely complies with any kind of mil-spec regulations, and it does the job better than anything else.
You want to take down that insurgent or that bad guy first time. I mean, you don't want to hit them with a round that may not be as lethal as another round. 7.62 is going to give you the lethality that the combat infantryman desires.
This is Matthias Hoffmann speaking.
Hi, Matthias. This is Michael speaking. How are you doing?
I'm fine, very good, thank you so much.
Very good, very good. Listen, I've got bad news for you, my friend. It's regarding the ICS, because we need to change and we need to improve the performance in terms of recoil resistance. Therefore, I need you to improve up to 750 Gs.
Oh, this is a real tough task and challenge because everything is more or less already done. So the problem with this change is that we really have hard deadlines to achieve.
Well, I understand that the situation is going to be very tough for you.
Why is this necessary? It's a lot of work.
Yeah, well, in the future, maybe we will need to chamber heavier caliber. We do believe that the market is there. We want to make sure that we get the best opportunities for the system.
I'm fairly convinced that the optic itself will be fine because we use more or less exactly the same technology that we use with our rifle scopes. So they are shockproof up to 900 Gs, but the mount is something completely new for us because it has this windage and elevation adjustment on the outside. We have to make a product that's absolutely aligned with the lasers. So if the mount fails in this test, we have to redesign more or less the whole thing, or at least the key components, in order to make it strong enough.
I'm sure you will get it.
Okay, I have to check this and we'll give you a call early next week.
Thank you, Matthias.
At Beretta, the first ARX 200 prototypes are ready for initial testing.
This prototype goes into a test plan that is hostile environmental condition, mud, sand, hot and low temperature, and of course endurance. Some tests are specified by NATO standards, some other by specific customer requirements. We have to overachieve the standard test because we have to think about statistics. We are checking 3 guns, 5 guns, 40 guns, but in production the number will be greater, so we have to have some margin. There is a soldier, there is a law enforcement agent that is going to take this product in their hands.
If they don't take the end user in mind, the product will not be accepted. I remember a story many, many years ago when I was a young lieutenant and the Army wanted to come up with a mechanized infantry combat vehicle. They called it the MIC-V. And I got this requirement to go and put a squad into this MIC-V for its initial testing. Turns out we could get the 11 men in there, but we couldn't get any of the gear. You couldn't get the weapons in there, you couldn't get the ammunition in there, but it was a great little vehicle for 11 people who just wanted to go on a ride.
The mount is designed for 500 Gs, and now it has to pass 750 G.
Hi Peter, this is Matthias speaking. I'm just looking at the file that you sent me this morning regarding the improvements of the ICS components regarding the mount and the recoil resistance. Okay, so the spindle is now a completely new material, some slight mechanical changes, so in wall thickness and yeah, okay. And then you carried out a recoil test up to these 750 Gs. Okay.
Our testing machine is vertical and it drops the weight down to simulate G forces to 2000 Gs. If you want to break some stuff, that machine will break it. This is our new designed mount for the ICS. After 10,000 times 750 G, it passed our tests, and now we can move on.
After numerous design changes using virtual prototyping, Benelli is able to report to their client that the underbarrel shotgun module is feasible, should they request this as an option in the future. This ability is one example of Benelli's commitment to being the #1 technological innovator in the field.
I have a long experience of delegations coming to our factory. As soon as they come here, they see a level of automatization and robotization that they would have never expected. Usually it's a good mix between automatization and craftsmanship. So you see many times a lot of tables with people directly intervening on the parts, on the components. It's definitely not what you find here in Benelli. Our factory is the closest factory to the automotive sector of the weapon industry. This is the reason why we say that we are really the state of the art in the modern weapon industry.
Steiner Optics is being brought into the BDT project to provide its battle-proven D-Ball A3 along with the MK4 Battle Light.
D-Ball first stands for Dual Beam Aiming Laser, and it actually has 3 different ways to illuminate a target. We do the visible side, so you can see the green dot or the red dot. We also do an infrared. The benefit behind having the infrared is that you could be in a completely dark room. You turn on the infrared illuminator, wearing your night vision goggles, it is like you turned on a bright flashlight and you're seeing in daytime. The bad guy is still in the dark. And a battle light, if I'm dropping it, I'm not gonna break the filament or the LED. We can't have that happen in the field. So from the protection of the light to the waterproofing, it operates every single time.
Steiner tries to reduce the development time by virtual prototyping and testing, but finally, in order to really build a rugged and absolutely reliable product, we have to carry out live tests.
We can start with the first one.
Heat, humidity, cold temperatures.
Okay, first drop test is done. No damage there? No. It's good. Does it measure? Yeah.
We want our products to perform in the most challenging conditions around the world.
It looks very good. There's nothing inside, no fog. How long was it frozen? 16 hours, minus 25 degrees Celsius.
You must not be let down by your product while you are on a mission.
With the success of the ice block test, Sven and Andreas decide to see if the ICS can survive the fall by itself.
Are you ready? Yep. Wow, it was a very impressive test, Sven. The optic is okay, measurement is working, yeah. And the mount? Mount is working too. Very impressive, very good.
Everybody may think that the people that design guns are gun experts as far as users is concerned. We don't believe so. What is very important instead is to make sure that these products are tested by best professional people that are able to take the product to the limit and make sure that what you have developed is exactly what the customer wants.
My name is Mike. I have a 32-year background of French military, most of it in special forces and special operation units.
Instead of somebody in a white lab coat designing what they think is needed, now you've got the warfighter actually setting the requirements he needs to be effective in combat.
Beretta has asked me to come out to run for the first time their ARX 200. And I really have to say, it's a very slick and smooth weapon. First of all, it's very thin on the forehand, so the ergonomics are really, really nice. I like that there's a retractable stock, plus the cheek weld can be adjusted in the height. If you run optics on it or if you just run iron sights, it gives you a perfect cheek weld. It doesn't climb at all. It just pulls back straight. Comparing this to the older systems in 762 by 51, I really have to say this is a huge advantage. I mean, it stays on target. I mean, it's not one round and you have to re-aim. You can pull 3 rounds, 4 rounds in a pretty quick sequence and they stay where they're supposed to be. We've done mud tests, we have done ice tests, and it's still the same gun, the gun we used from this whole event. Today we actually pulled several hundred rounds through the gun, and I really have to say it's reliable. It's there. I didn't have any stoppages, I didn't have any malfunction. It's a very slick item to use.
The challenge today is that many of our systems that we use in the military are not fully integrated. You take a weapon and then you put on a sight from another vendor. Then you take a designator device and you put that from another vendor. You get other accessory equipment and that comes from another vendor. And it doesn't always integrate as well as you would like. This is, I think, one of the most significant advantages of BDT. It's the ability to put out a system of components that have been fully integrated, fully tested, and absolutely reliable.
I have shot now several times the Steiner ICS. And I really have to say, it makes your life easier. When you start shooting to longer distances and you do not know the distance where you shoot. I mean, the target is moving, you don't have any time to measure. So the only thing you do is you press a button and it's gonna be there. It's there. I mean, I shot it and it's really there. In the beginning, just to be honest, I said, another gimmick, another toy, but it is really there and it works. If really the worst case happening, the MRS side is not working, the ICS side is out of whatever, there is still an iron backup sight on a 45 degrees angle on the scope, so it will not let you down.
We have been able to put together all the expertise of our group. So what before was simply a rifle becomes a weapon system
that is battle tested, that provides the soldier the best advantage that they could possibly have in the battlefield.
Beretta Defense Technologies has the mission of providing customers with complete solutions.
The objective here is not to sell a weapon. The objective is to work with the customer to sell them a solution, a capability.
One of the things that's unique about Beretta Defense Technologies is the first name in that entity. It's Beretta. It's a name that stands for over 500 years of excellence.
In order to be able to stay in business for not only years but centuries, one of the most important values on how we work with our customers is transparency.
This is not a publicly traded company that has to worry about what investors think on Wall Street. This is a company who puts their family name on the product. I think that's what sets BDT apart from many other companies out there.
Integrity is a very important part of our business. It's of essence, particularly in the military business.
Because we are talking about professional use of our product. Here in Beretta, this is what we think every day and how we act every day.
It's for sure not only a matter of quality or doing business or optimizing the company's results. It's a matter of ethics in general.
You have to understand that we are a manufacturer and we deliver weapons. Weapons on which soldiers or officers rely on in order to save their lives.
And that's what BDT seeks to provide, is that unparalleled level of excellence.
We highly respect what has been the past, but we never stop in investing in the most modern and most advanced technology.
To follow what our president, Sally Beretta, told us a few years ago. This company existed to create a safer world. And that's why we come to work every day.